Good evening, and I am Flame Flash. Welcome aboard to episode 73 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. We're going to hop right into the Raptor Report because Mists of Pandaria is still fresh and new. Magic the Gathering actually shows up on the Raptor Report this time around. Return to Ravnica. I participated in the Midnight pre-release. First time to participate in a midnight pre-release, and probably my last time to participate in a midnight pre-release. Now, don't get me wrong, Magic the Gathering is still awesome. What isn't awesome is getting home at 4 a.m., finally getting to sleep at 5 a.m., and getting up and doing things at 9 a.m. Operating on 4 hours of sleep after a weird sleep cycle screws an entire weekend. So, next pre-release, if I participate, I will go to the Saturday morning pre-release or the Saturday afternoon pre-release. Return to Ravnica is really cool, though. We get the golden cards back. Those are the cards that require two different colors of mana to use, say red and blue or green and white, etc. Or you can cast with either color mana. So a black-red. It can be either or. Whatever you happen to have out, that's what you can use. Most excellent. A very interesting way to refresh and at the same time, yes, recycle, depending on how long you've been playing the game or not. But it was there. A good, strong 6 hours of Magic the Gathering. Because, had to pre-game a little bit before the pre-release. And then, of course, build the deck of the pre-release. And I went 2-2. Not too shabby. Especially given the rarity of my cards, the luck that I got from my cards, when tallied up against the luck of some of my fellow players, has to do with luck and skill, yet again. And I like that. World of Warcraft. Mists of Pandaria is still going strong. We are a week out from the start of Mists of Pandaria. I was hoping to write up a review, kind of a week in review of what it's like. But I couldn't manage it. Didn't have the time. And that seems to be the unfortunate mantra of Mists of Pandaria. Didn't have the time. I'm a dad of 4. Getting to 90 is going to be the secondary, trietary goal. It's a great game, though. Looking forward to playing it more. And it's going to be easier to rep up. Now, when I say rep up, there are reputations for the uninitiated. There are factions that you gain honor with, reputation with. And as you do, you get different rewards. Well, the Golden Lotus was a particular faction that was kind of a bottleneck for getting deeper in to the game. Getting some of those higher pieces of gear that new 90s would like to have and couldn't get. So, Golden Lotus was removed from the equation. They're still a faction, still rep with them, but they're not required as a bottleneck to go for 2 other reps who sell improved gear for you. Likewise, Blizzard has announced that soon, So with coming patch, rep grinding will get easier. So you can hit revered on your main, and then every other character that comes up is going to hit revered faster. Double the amount of faction points. What this means for you and me, as I'm leveling one character up, focus on that one character. Get to 90. And then let the others creep up at their own pace. I have 585s. Well, 485s and an 86 to be perfectly accurate. But this is going to make leveling those other level 85 characters, those other formerly level capped characters, more satisfying. Because I'm not going to have to push quite as hard as I used to in previous expansions. What hasn't been stated clearly is if this applies to all expansions, all the past expansions, or if it just applies to the Pandaren factions. So I look forward to that clarification. Tech side. That was the Raptor Report and World of Warcraft news, all rolled into one. Tech side. You know how we had those emotion sensing ears a while back? Now they have an emotion sensing tail. Yeah. Just plain old disturbing. Follow the link in the show notes. See the unique commercial for it. Excuse me. It's getting late. I just want to see somebody with both. That's what I want to see at this point. Get the cat ears, get the tail. Let's see what happens. How accurate do they sync up together? Do they indicate different things? Who knows? Personally, I think I'll just allow my facial expressions, my vocal intonations, my perception to both share and pick up other people's emotional states. The Xbox brings you achievement points that mean something. So it was just recently announced you will get a birthday month gift. You will also get a 1% rebate at champion level. Champion level are those with 10,000 achievement points and higher. And a 2% rebate at legend. So that's higher than 25,000 achievement points. I think I have maybe 10,000? Maybe. That's a big maybe. Now, what's kind of laughable is 1% back, 2% back. If we do a little math, that means you get 18 points back on something that was, say, 1,800 points. Or 16 points back. That's one of the card denominations, right? Let's see here. I have one in the drawer. Yeah. 1,600 Microsoft points. So, you get 16 points back at 1%. Whoop-de-doo. That just means you're going to start racking up more awkwardly placed even numbers all over the place. I still want to know how I ended up with, say, 10 Microsoft points laying around somewhere. So what? I buy them in packs of 1,600. So how was there a 10 sitting there? Kind of like how the Wii still sits on 500 Wii points. Come on, Virtual Console people. Release something that I want from my childhood. That's all I'm asking. Well, we'll move from the Xbox to the PS3. PlayStation Plus membership has doubled in E3 week. PlayStation Network sales are up. People are starting to realize that the PlayStation Network is actually there. People are starting to realize that you can maybe trust Sony with at least buying a points card and tossing that onto your account. It's a great way to fund your gaming. Don't attach a credit card to your console. Just go buy the cards. We're going to Flame Flash randomize it and hop on over to television. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles new series, has already been renewed for a season 2. Already. I hear the premiere went quite well. I haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping it's not a complete butchery of the classic, the one with April O'Neil in a yellow jumpsuit and Shredder's kind of whiny. We'll see, though. We'll wait and see. Probably be one that I try to pick up, say, the pilot of on iTunes for free. And if we like it enough, subscribe. Buy to subscribe. Buy to subscribe to your favorite TV shows, people. Get around the commercials. Pay for your own content. That is the way we're headed. Trust me on this. Movies. Iron Man 3 has resumed filming. It sounds like Robert Downey Jr. was injured on set. Some kind of ankle injury, if I remember reading it correctly. And shooting has started again. So one of our Avengers is back online and on track for filming. Social networking wise, activists are warned to watch what they say online. Well, duh. I don't know how many times I've said on this very podcast, watch what you say online. That's why I don't mention work. Well, except for in cases like that. I don't mention my job. It's not tied to my online identity at all. It shouldn't be. They should be separate. I mention my family, but I mention my family in code names, code words. Newbie, the baby. You're not going to find out what her real name is. Why do I do this? Privacy. You can have a semblance of privacy online if you're smart about it. If you don't go, "Hi, I'm John Smith, and I live at 123 Washington Street." No. Just no. Sure, your Facebook profile is intended only for your friends. But Facebook cannot be trusted with your address, with your phone number. Why? Because you might just click on one of those apps that auto-installs onto your profile and then virally spreads everywhere. And oh, look! Here, you malicious person, you malicious Facebook app maker, have my info, please. Take the info from my friends. Since I have full access most of the time to their profiles too. No. Lock down your profiles, people. It doesn't fully protect you. I mean, look at the whole hoopla about, well, this isn't the real Diablo, etc., etc., etc. Some programmer that worked on Diablo 2 posted that to his personal Facebook, his private Facebook. He didn't intend for that to get out. He was sharing it with his friends, his inner circle. And somebody on that inner circle decided to stab him in the back. I might be remembering it wrong, too. It's been a while. Just watch what you say. It's pretty simple. Finally, McDonald's Monopoly started again. I really miss the click to roll the dice, where you get a game board online and send your token around the board. Just however many times you've gotten one of these stupid little tickets and play. The current Monopoly game is a very, looks like, bugged, loaded. They don't look trustworthy, these games recently. I mean, the Monopoly game where you're clicking to roll the dice, when you think about it, probably had some algorithm in there to choose certain prizes on the board at a much lower percentage chance. I would if I was running something like that. But there's a difference between watching a random number generator, which maybe skews towards sending your pawn around the board quickly with big numbers, to a wannabe virtual Price is Right big spinny wheel that seems to only ever land on free parking. I'm just not impressed with what they have to offer online. Now, I am impressed with the fact that I think at this point we've won 5 or 6 medium fries, a breakfast sandwich, and what was the last one? It's one of their specialty burgers. Nuts. I've forgotten it. I don't usually get it, and that's why. I prefer the chicken. The nuggets. But McDonald's Monopoly's restarted. Enter at your own risk. We will probably be getting one more round of tickets, thanks to school conferences next week. And we'll see you then. Hopefully, I'll have made a bit more progress in World of Warcraft on my druid, and have more to talk about from within the mists. So this is Flame Flash, a flameflash.net podcast, episode 73. Hoping that you write into podcast@flameflash.net or look us up on Raptr, raptr.com/flameflash. Thank you for stopping by.